Good morning, YouTube, and good morning to all my fellow truckers out there. Well, as you can see, we're back in the truck. We're back to our old filming studio. So I got the truck back. Well, let me rephrase that. I took the truck back. Well, that being said, because if you remember in my previous videos, they quoted the estimated time the truck to be down was 2.5 weeks. Well, let's just say it's been a month. And I just got the truck back. Reason being, they haven't finished yet, and honestly, I really need to get back on the road because you know, with the current economy and things the way they are, you know, times are tough, and you need to get back on the road to make some money to support that family. But yeah, I mean, the truck hasn't been done 100% yet. All the paint work and the body work has been done. They're just missing a couple of panels. Here, let me get out and show you guys what exactly I'm talking about. So there's a wait on time on some of the stuff and some mishaps with ordering things being sent the wrong stuff. So as you can see, guys, this panel right here is the main culprit. Apparently is some custom work, which it tells me, they tell me that it's going to be 7 to 8 weeks on back order till they make that for me. And then I have another panel, what's it called, right here. You see this little chrome skirt, something like that right there. You see right here, they got sent the wrong one. They got sent one for a 38 inch sleeper, which is about that big. That don't work, clearly. I need the full size. You see, for comparison, I'll go to the other side and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna have to go back and get that done, but that's small minor stuff. I mean, yeah, it looks kind of awkward for now, but whatever, it is what it is. So this is the panel I'm talking about. But yeah, and that plus it needs a bath badly after the shop. You can probably see on the hood it's dusty as heck, but again, not a big deal. You know, you got to get back on the road, you got to make some money. So but yeah, I'll be honest with you, you know, it was a really nice time spending some time with the family, having some time off on that quote unquote forced vacation. So it's, you know, it was a great time to be with the kids and be with the family and really enjoy some family life for a change. But being at home really got me thinking about a subject I really wanted to cover with you guys. I feel that's of utmost importance in the trucking industry, specifically for those who are looking to get into the trucking industry, looking to be a truck driver, be an owner operator or whatever it is. This is a subject I really think is super important. So let's get into it, guys. So truckers, what is this subject, you might be asking, that's so important? Well, it's a subject I truly believe is not talked about a lot, at least enough, in the trucking industry. And this is specifically for those people that are looking to be a truck driver. You know, we've talked about getting into having your own authority, starting your own business, but let's rewind a little bit before that, and let's talk about relationships in trucking. Now, if you're like me, you've got a family, you know, I've got 2 kids and I've got a wife. And for somebody who's looking to get into being a truck driver, this is a subject that really needs to be discussed with your loved one, your significant other. And it needs to be covered on what's to be expected, because let's be honest, let's not beat around the bush. When you become a truck driver, you're on the road for several days at a time, could be several weeks. And relationships and marriages essentially become long distance relationships. And it's not exactly something that a lot of people are willing to take on and live that sort of lifestyle, you know, in the shoes of being that significant other, that being that loved one, that wife or husband or boyfriend, girlfriend, or what have you, at home. You know, it's something that really needs to be discussed. As a truck driver, prospective truck driver, you really need to spend the time to sit down with your loved one and talk about, hey, this is what it's going to look like. Are you okay with it? You know, for the short of the long story, basically, you know. But it's something that really I feel needs to be discussed, because when you look at the trucking industry in a whole, and you talk to people on the road and other truck drivers, you start to portray a picture that, you know, trucking can ruin relationships. It has caused divorce in the past. It has, you know, caused a lot of heartbreak. And, you know, for me, family is of utmost importance. You know, your wife and your kids, your significant other, your loved ones. It's of utmost importance, and it's the reason why we're in the truck in the first place, if you're like me. So the last thing you want to do is damage a relationship, getting into something that could just be detrimental in the long run. That's not what you want to do. I mean, I highly advise against it if your loved one is simply not prepared to take on that sort of lifestyle. It can be difficult. It can be truly, truly difficult. I know it was with me when I first started my authority. My first job as a truck driver was local work. So I was home every night. It was a late run. I got home late, but I was home. But when I got onto my authority, that's really truly the first time when I got on OTR and got on the road, long haul. And it was a learning curve for me and my wife. It truly was. I mean, as truck drivers, it's a learning curve to be on the road. I'm sure I don't have to explain that to you. Everybody remembers their first time. But for the loved one, I mean, no, for my wife, it was difficult in the beginning because it is something like tasks like that can be stressful need to be handled alone, because let's be honest, there's only so much you can do on the road over the phone. You can make phone calls to people all day long, but when it really comes down to the nitty gritty, there's a lot of things that need to be done on hand, such as, let's give, for example, just, hypothetically speaking, let's say, one of my kids gets sick and, it needs to be taken to the ER. My son's a jumping bean, he's a crazy active kid. God forbid something happens and he breaks his leg or he sprains an ankle or whatever it is, and he needs to be taken to the hospital. You can only imagine for, let's say, quote unquote, a single parent, that how difficult that may be, how stressful that can be. And, it does cause a lot of stress and anxiety. But that's just one example. Are you talking about things about the house, if the water heater breaks and things of that nature, I can call contractors, but again, my wife's going to be the one at home talking to them, and dealing with everything. So you think about these types of situations, you really, really need to sit down with your loved one and fully make them aware of what you being on the road truly is involved with when it comes to your relationship. So I try to get my wife to be on camera, but she's camera shy because I was talking to her to see if she can, give some words of wisdom for this particular subject, in her perspective. But she did tell me this. She did give some words of wisdom off camera that I can share with you guys. But it's what she said is that, yes, it is extremely difficult in the beginning. It's a learning curve. It is what it is. But if you're willing to dish it out and learn and, be supportive of your husband or your wife or whoever's being on the road or wants to be a truck driver, that's the biggest key, because be supportive and learn as you go. Be involved is the best part. Try to be involved as much as you can and learn with your truck driver in the family. And as the years go by, it does get easier. It does truly get easier. You start getting into a routine. That's where the honey-do list comes in, because when I do come home, I get a nice little honey-do list of things I need to do at home. And, it is my responsibility as a head of the family and as, a provider. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, it's annoying sometimes. We all know that honey-do list, right? But over the time and in the position in the shoes of your loved one that's at home, it does get easier over the years, and my wife can attest to that, that, after, what is it, 6 or 7 years now, that I've had my authority and been over the road, it's gotten easier. She's gotten into a routine, and it's to the point now that she sometimes even complains that when I come home, I mess with her routine, I mess with her schedule, and she just, go back on the road, man. You're screwing things up. You're making a mess. Go back. Go away. So, yeah, but, it does get easier, guys. But yes, definitely. I mean, going back to what we're talking about, it's vital. It is absolutely vital to have this conversation if you're in a position like, you're being in a relationship, or you have a marriage, you're in a marriage, or you have kids, a wife, whoever it is that's important to important to you at home, your loved ones. You have to sit down with them and, speak your intentions and fully make them aware of what it is to be a truck driver and how does it involve them. How will it affect their lives? Are you prepared for that? Are you willing to go through that type of lifestyle? Because it's not easy. It does cause a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. Are you prepared for it? So yeah, that being said, guys, I mean, I look out on this channel, you know, it's about the truck driver. It's about us as a whole. We're a one big old crazy dysfunctional family sometimes. So, you know, you look out for each other and, you know, make sure you got all your ducks in a row before you actually make that move. But yeah, on a side note, so yeah, I'm back on the road. As you can see, I'm back in the truck, back into my filming studio. Am I truly happy to be back on the road? The industry is what it is right now. You know, it is. I don't miss it. You know, I miss driving. I miss being on the road. I love that aspect, but the industry, what it is this year, something else. That I really don't miss, but it is what it is. It's part of the game, guys. It is part of what we do. You can't all have, you know, premium quality days, right? You make the best what you can, take one day at a time, guys, and that's what's important. With that note, guys, I hope everybody's safe. This is a short and quick video I just want to make for you guys because I believe it's truly, truly important. And with that note, I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.